Hello everybody, I am Yolanda Marie. Hey, we have a full moon coming in. I believe it's in Libra. Okay, you guys are definitely going to correct me, and please do if it's not, but I believe it's in Libra. The reason Libra's coming up also, and we're using this as a marker, but the message that's coming through really would relate to this. There are some frequencies, and the way that we're going to relate to this is as if they're being birthed. Okay, now we know. And most of you know, some of you may be learning now that there is nothing actually being created. Everything is already here. Everything is. What does here mean? It exists, right? So everything is not necessarily in our physical reality on this plane or whatever plane you're experiencing from at this point. But everything already exists. So the birthing is the birthing into this reality or birthing into the idea frame, the thought form creation frame. Okay, and so there are some frequencies. There's a new, the way they're showing it to me, it's a layer of frequency. There's a new frequency dynamic that's going to come through with this full moon. Okay, so around that time. All right, so it's not because there's a full moon, it is due to the collective operation around the full moon, which does have physical ramifications. Okay, so most people don't think that astrology in the let's say 3D oriented world, people don't tend to think of astrology as an actual science, but it is one of the original sciences. And it does operate based on magnetics in the Earth's magnetic field, for instance, okay? The proximity and the perception of the planetary body in relation to the Earth, in relation to you when you were born. All of these things are playing with each other. All of these mechanics are playing with each other to create your environment and your experience. We are the Arcturians. Okay. All right. So hopefully that paints a little bit of a picture. Someone else may say it a different way. These are words. This is verbiage. I'm speaking the English language. The energetic language is going to be a lot more comprehensive. Okay, so if you're listening and you're getting sort of an idea, that's perfect. You can easily integrate the information where you receive your own ideas, understanding, and definitions while you're sleeping. Or you can have an epiphany while you're on a walk, while you're in meditation, just based on the frequency. So what's happening is there is a layer. So this isn't really referring to the different layers of reality, but they're showing it to me like a layer. Okay, it's like a thin sheet of frequencies. It's like an overlay. And these frequencies are expert, if you will, in interpersonal dynamics. And that makes me think of Libra. And this message is referring to that time frame around this full moon. Now, full moons are a time when things can really be exposed. Okay, the light is on stuff. Okay, the light is on your stuff, other people's stuff, whatever needs to be seen, released, opportunities. People can see you. It's a bright time, this full moon. Okay, people gain clarity. And so there's something to do with this communication and clarity around this particular full moon. And with what's happening on the world stage and this separation of frequency spectrums, we are really going to begin to have vastly, starkly different experiences on the planet, everybody. So if you feel like you're kind of in between, for instance, okay, and you're not like firmly in one way of operating or one way of seeing things, it's because you're still purging, by the way. It's because you're releasing. And you are about to have, if you're not already in the midst of a quantum leap, most of you are in the midst of what you could refer to as a quantum leap at this time. Okay, these are the Arcturians. Okay, and so because it's like happening in your now and you're experiencing it through linear time, it might not feel like you're having the experience you want to have just yet. So that's why that's happening. But what's coming in with these frequencies that are being birthed largely through you, you guys are bringing this in and building it into your field because you would like to communicate better. That's coming through. Okay, you would like to have vast, broad communication, and the communication between hearts they're showing me right now as well. Okay, the intelligent heart communication. And this goes back to that energetic communication where you are communicating with someone else's field and you don't need the words. Now, we're not talking about, for use for manipulation or any of that stuff, okay? Not the human stuff necessarily, although it is operated by humans, but elevated humans. Awakened humans with clear intention is what we're talking about, okay? And so that heart communication, yes, you're still going to have verbal communication, but you are fine-tuning and honing where to focus your attention, and it's going to be easier to allow your heart to communicate. So listen, I hope this is making sense, everybody, because it is very important, this heart operation, okay? We can't talk about it enough, how important this heart operation and really seeing clearly through the heart is at this time. And, I'm getting told to lighten up, though, because what's the worst that can happen? You take a little bit longer coming into your heart because you're having a particular experience. The intent's still there. It's going to happen. So nobody panic, okay? Nobody panic. That's coming through now too, okay? But this heart operation is going to be how you're able to have this experience. Now, some quick things that came through are a delegation type of energy. You need to, and you meaning all of us, okay, during this time, if you can give a task to somebody else, if you can sort of delegate, and especially to your angels and guides, okay, but also other humans, maybe at work, business, your kids, your family, whatever it is, okay? If you are alone a lot, which a lot of us are, delegate to your guides. I mean, really seriously, even if you don't talk to your angels or you have a different frame of reference, give it to the universe. If that is how you manifest, let's use that word manifest. I know it's a tricky word. Everybody doesn't use it. But, how do you consciously create your experience? Let's just say that, all right? Give that delegation away or delegate that task away or that thing, because you're going to want to really rest a lot, because all of this is coming through, and what's coming through you is super important for the collective. So that one is big. We're still in this miracle type energy though, you guys. We really are. So formulate your expectations high, but not high regarding necessarily something outside of yourself. Have really positive, high expectations about what your experience is going to look like, okay? Irregardless of what anyone else is doing, because everybody else is having their own unique experience, right? So it's hard to expect anything from somebody else. So just really have positive, high expectations for yourself. That's really big coming through. Listen, there is some huge grounded abundance available for us. And I know that doesn't seem possible for a lot of people right now, but it's there, it's in the field, it's in the frequency. And that's part of this miracle energy too. Like where you maybe didn't have a resource before, something wants to come to you, guides are bringing something in to ground it, to bring peace, to bring stability. And it's got a lot to do with this passionate creation. Where is your passion? Where are your expectations? Once that begins to line up, guys, you're going to start to see things come through. Maybe it'll trickle in, maybe it'll be a flood. It just depends. It depends. But really just build that into your field, this positive potential about what you're capable of, but also about what the world could possibly look like, your world could possibly look like. Another energy that's coming in big is the builder energy regarding work. So your work. It's like something wants to build upon itself. So there's a lot of potential in something that you might have invested time in, something you might have invested money in, something you might have invested your work in, things that you do with your hands, okay? It's making progress. If you don't see the progress is in the field, you guys. So that is basically what I'm getting, okay? Clear heart communication. There are things building. Focus your intention through your heart, but focus your intention in a positive way. Really, really positive way. All right, so I think that's it, guys. All right, lots of passion in the air. So this is still Aries season. Okay, so we still got that fire. It is coming back. Venus, by the time you see this, it might be out of retrograde. So there will be a lot of clarity around things to do with your aesthetic, things to do with what makes you comfortable, things to do with money. You know, it's like that was sort of a clearing up sort of time. Like, what does this look like? How can I develop this stability? You know, ideas and sort of reformulating things, but it was mostly reformulating things in the field, more so than hands-on. It really felt like a time of rest. I don't know about you guys, but the sleep was off and erratic, and then, you know, Aries came in and then everybody woke up and we didn't know what to do, sort of deal. So I don't know, maybe leave your experience below. It was very interesting. All right. Okay, guys, listen, take care of yourselves. The solar activity definitely still in play. A lot of geomagnetic activity on the planet. There's another storm forming, and that is energetic in nature. They all are, but there is another layer to that as well. Okay, so we may talk about that, but I love you so much. And I will talk to you again very, very soon. Namaste.